Chapter 129. The Great Brightness King God arrives again. Zhenan City. Above the city tower, the Divine Martial King stood, with his arms folded, looking at the flying boat that disappeared into the sky in the distance. "Gu Hai is gone," King Shen Wu said indifferently. "Yes, Marshal." Gu Hai took away Gu Chen, and the more than 200 officials brought from the 9-5 islands. Sima Changkong nodded. The Divine Foothills, Imperial Dynasty's Qi, Huang Fu Chaoj entrusted the country to Gu Hai. "Oh, Gu Hai is really a good person." The Divine Martial King revealed a complex light smile. "Huang Fu Chaoj has pursued Long Xiaoyu all his life, and Long Wanqing is Gu Hai's husband, so he loves the house, right? It's just that, the Divine Foothills dynasty. It won't be so easy to be received this time." Sima Changkong frowned. "Perhaps it's good for Gu Hai to go ahead and touch the wall." The Divine Martial King smiled faintly. "Gu Hai wants to go. County Master Wen Yu noisily wants to go with her. But the Emperor has a decree. No one dares to let her go far away. So County Master Wen Yu is still in disagreement at the moment. But I heard that she is preparing to go to the Imperial capital and look for the Emperor's theory. To go." Sima Changkong laughed bitterly. "For Long Wen Yu, no matter how much of a mess she made, no one could do anything about it." Shen Wu King nodded. "Earlier or good danger, however, is a scare. If let Long Wen Yu have a lapse, the saints there is indeed not good to explain. By the way, Grand Marshal, at that time, when Sheriff Wen Yu and Gu Hai entered Mr. Dongfang's grand formation, you have been paying attention to it?" Sima Changkong said suspiciously. The Divine Martial King nodded and narrowed his eyes, looking towards the range of a piece of Bone Mountain in the distance. "That piece of Bone Mountain is incredibly weird. But how did it come to be?" Sima Changkong curiously said. The Divine Martial King eyed the ancient sea departing in the distance. "This ancient sea, it's unusual. There are many secrets. Oh, the 100 longevity peach tree, he destroyed it. As for this Bone Mountain area, I don't know how he got it. However, Mr. Dongfang is not dead," the Divine Martial King said in a deep voice. "Oh, to be precise, the Dongfang that Gu Hai encountered earlier was just a humanoid doppelganger puppet that Mr. Dongfang refined. How could Mr. Dongfang be destroyed so easily by Gu Hai, a Jindan realm?" Here, the Divine Martial King, at the Bone Mountain in the distance with a complex expression on his face. Sima Changkong nodded with a frown. "Now, quell the Lu Yong rebellion as fast as possible. Our business has just begun," the Divine Martial King said in a deep voice. "Yes," Sima Changkong nodded. The Divine Martial King twisted his head to go back, and before he went back, his gaze lingered in the distant land of the Bone Mountain for a few moments once more, before he finally narrowed his eyes and twisted his head to leave. 10 days later, Silver Moon City, Silver Moon Villa. Villa owner Yun Mo. After half a year of cultivation, the people of Silver Moon City despised Yun Mo a lot less. Silver Moon Villa's Gukin was sold at the first Kim building on this street, and it had always been the best shop. Therefore, the sales were also the largest. Silver Moon Villa's reputation was slowly being restored. Silver Moon Villa. Yun Mo brought a few of his close friends and personally received Mu Chunfeng. A coffin was placed behind Mu Chunfeng. A few of the Mountain Villa disciples frowned as they looked at the coffin, somewhat displeased, but did not snap. "Helm Master Mu, what are you doing?" Yun Mo said suspiciously. "Hall Master Yun, this is what Hall Master asked me to send to you. I hope it will be useful for your casting kin," Mu Chunfeng politely said. "Oh," Mu Chunfeng revealed a hint of doubt. A group of Mountain Villa disciples went to open it. Rumble. The coffin lid rumbled open. "Ah, a shattered corpse. Ah, what is this for?" The crowd of Mountain Villa disciples instantly changed their faces and looked horrified. Silver Moon Villa was a king casting family, playing with elegant art, You suddenly sent a coffin of broken corpses. Is this an insult to Silver Moon Villa? The crowd of Mountain Villa disciples immediately looked at Mu Chunfeng in anger. Mu Chunfeng's face was expressionless as he looked towards Yun Mo. Yun Mo also frowned slightly when he heard everyone shouting and walked closer to take a closer look before his eyes steeply lit up. A wave of excitement even flashed in his eyes. This is, Yun Mo shouted in surprise. Seeing Yun Mo's surprise, the crowd of Mountain Villa disciples revealed a moment of bewilderment. What was there to see in a broken body? Why did the Hall Master have that expression? Master Yun, the Hall Master said that the thing is broken, but hopefully it can help Master Yun. I hope that Master Yun will be able to resurrect it one day. Or create more kins inside the coffin. Mu Chunfeng laughed. Kin of the coffin. The crowd revealed a hint of bewilderment. Many thanks to Hall Master Gu. Yun Mo, however, said happily, if Hall Master Yun can like it, that's more than fine. I'll take my leave as well. Mu Chunfeng laughed. See you off, Hall Master Mu, Yun Mo immediately said politely. The group sent Mu Chunfeng away before returning to the Grand Hall once again. Master Zhuang, the broken corpse within this coffin, what is it? Master Zhuang, just now he said the kin inside the coffin. Could this be it? The crowd looked at Yun Mo expectantly. A celestial grade zither. Broken army. Yun Mo laughed. A heaven-level zither. The crowd of Mountain Villa disciples were immediately excited. Heaven-grade kin was the highest achievement of a kin caster. Silver Moon Villa had a heaven-grade kin in the past, but it couldn't be guarded at all. Now, Guhai had actually sent another one, even though it was broken. But even if it was broken, it was still a heavenly good thing for a kin caster. Alright, all of you go back to recuperate your body and mind. Empty your mind. We will try to repair this heaven-ranked zither in 3 days. Yun Mo laughed. Yes, the crowd said excitedly. 1000 Islands Sea, 95 Island. At this moment, there were 3 people standing in front of the Great Han Palace. One of them was wearing a black robe, and where the chest of the black robe was, there was a pattern of the sun. And the second one was a white-robed woman figure wrapped in a white robe, with a rather graceful figure. The third was a burly man figure with a full beard. Chuatai, are you sure? This is where that ancient sea resides, the black-robed man said indifferently. Yes, Great Brightness King God, my subordinate has already probed clearly. This is the place, the 95 Islands. The ancient sea, the strong man Chuatai respectfully said. The white-robed woman took a deep breath and said, Great Brightness King God, this ancient sea, it doesn't seem like what you described. Or rather, it's even better than what you described. HMPH, he's lucky. The Great Brightness King God said indifferently. At the same time, in the northern waters of the 95 Islands, within an undersea palace, the Zhuanwu clan elder, Mu Chen, steeply raised his eyebrows as a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. Who are you? Mu Chen instantly rushed out of the sea, his body swaying towards the Great Han Palace. Hey, someone is coming. The Great Han King God said suspiciously. Who are you? Mu Chen instantly arrived close by. Chuatai, Mu Chen's eyes glared. Elder Mu, long time no see. Chuatai smiled faintly. Chuatai, you still have the face to come back. HMPH, if it wasn't for you back then, would my Zhuanwu clan have turned into a scattered mess? What are you doing back here? Mu Chen's eyes glared. Chuatai faintly said, Elder Mao, you are an elder of Zhuanwu clan. I am also an elder of Zhuanwu clan. It's just that, the Supreme Being perished, my Zhuanwu clan's god destroyed. Zhuanwu clan embraced into a group. How many big clans stared at us at that time? Where did I go wrong when I told everyone to scatter in the 4 directions of the world? It's because of you that my Zhuanwu clan died and suffered heavy casualties. Mu Chen glared and said in a hateful voice, heavy deaths and injuries. Without me, Zhuanwu is still unknown. I have now found a refuge for the Zhuanwu tribe. Why don't you, Elder Mao, lead your men and go with me?" Chuetai laughed. "Refuge?" Mao Chen narrowed his eyes at Chuetai. "Sun God Palace. What do you think?" Chuetai laughed. Mu Chen, however, his pupils shrank. Following that, he revealed a cold smile and said, "Hurrah, back then, when the Supreme Being was around, but he never resigned himself to being under the people, and the Sun God Palace couldn't do the same. Now, you went to the Sun God Palace to be that person's dog. Asshole, Mucken, I worked hard for the Zhuanwu clan to be able to continue reproducing. I don't want to watch you guys step into destruction. That's why I kindly came to persuade you. Don't be ungrateful." Chuetai glared. "There is no need. Your good intentions, we can't afford it. My men that I lead have already agreed to ally with the Great Han Dynasty and become a Great Han Dynasty state beast. I firmly believe that my Zhuanwu clan will be able to stand up just the same without submitting to anyone," Mao Chen coldly said. "Good ambition," the black-robed man, Doming Wangshen, said indifferently. Mu Chen, however, looked at the great Ming King God with slightly narrowed eyes. "You are the great Ming King God. Elder Mu, how have you been?" The Great Brightness King God laughed. "Great Brightness King God, what are you doing on 9-5 Island?" Mu Chen's eyes glared. "We're looking for Gu Hai, not you. No need to worry. We just can't imagine that, in this short period of time, we haven't seen. Gu Hai has already opened up this Great Han Dynasty, and a small island actually has so much chi floating around." The great Ming King God looked towards the churning chi luck in the sky in doubt. "Great Brightness King God, that Gu Hai must be just luck. In the past, he was only in the innate realm. It's only been a year or two. What kind of future can he have?" "Elder Mu, haha, but I can't figure it out. You've already opened the Heavenly Palace, and you're actually accompanying a kid from the innate realm to fool around. Alliances, ha 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 ha. You are going back further and further, aren't you?" Chuetai laughed coldly. "It's not your turn to mind my business, haha, Chuetai. It's fine if you look down on Dahan. Sooner or later, one day, Great Han will stand in the world like the original Game Heaven Pavilion. At that time, it will be the time when my Zhuanwu clan will flourish again," Mao Chen said in a cold voice. "Yitian Pavilion Height, joke, with that ancient sea. With this 9-5 islands, 9.5 islands can gather such luck. It's already the limit. The Great Han Dynasty. Ridiculous dynasty. I conclude that it will have at most this much chi luck until it is extinguished," Chuetai said disdainfully. "Are you so sure?" Mao Chen said in a cold voice. But Chuetai now desperately wanted to prove himself in front of Mu Chen and deny the other party, so he naturally bit the bullet and said, "I'm sure. How many people are there in the 1,000 Island Sea only? If it can increase again, I am your grandson." Chuetai just finished speaking. Rumble. There was a roar in the sky, from the direction of the southwestern divine continent Earth. A steep roll of chi converged towards the sky above the Great Han Palace, and once the surging chi arrived, it instantly fused with the Great Han Chi as one. Between the roars, there was more than just tumbling. In the blink of an eye, the Great Han Dynasty's chi luck increased to 3 times. Chuetai